Hey guys, Christian, your Vancouver Realtor, and for today's video, I want to talk to you about subject-free offers and the power, the punch that they carry. A couple of experiences here in the last couple of weeks. Actually, in this case, my client's coming out on the short end of the stick because we were going into offer situations with conditional offers. Very different situations. I'm going to get into them in a little bit. Nice, interesting stories so that you understand this for yourselves. But what I really want you to understand is what a subject-free offer means. There's no conditions. You're making an offer to buy a house, a townhouse, a condo, and you're literally going in, and we call a clean offer. There's a bank draft attached to the offer, which means when the seller signs on the dotted line, it's done. They can sleep at night, worry-free. So they love that. They will give a lot of attention. Their sellers' eyes will light up when they see a subject-free offer because they know they are moments away from everything being done. Whereas on the other hand, you have conditional offers. And conditional offers, obviously, coming in with maybe it's a financing condition, an inspection, subject to strata documents, all those conditions, not a lot of fun for the seller, right? They're going to get the conditional offer. If they agree to accept it, they're going to be biting their fingernails, wondering whether or not the buyer's going to move forward or whether the buyer's going to pull out. And so you can just imagine if you're a seller, you're planning your next moves, you're thinking about, what home you're gonna move into after Canada Day. You really want to get things done and get moving fast. So a what's called a subject-free offer or a clean offer, that is very, very powerful. It is worth its weight in gold, and it saves you on occasion a lot of money too if you're the buyer. So I want to illustrate that with a couple of stories. And I should say, some of you may be wondering, well, isn't that dangerous? Isn't that risky? Not really. You're going to have to do some prep work. I call it doing homework before you get to the track meet, which is you're going to have to do your training. You have to put on your sneakers before you get to the start line. That's what you're doing with a subject-free offer. In essence, the financing. What I do with my clients is I always encourage them to say, okay, let's bring in the mortgage broker. We're going to work as a team here. And as we move closer to the offer date, and if you like the property, we're gonna get kind of the off-the-record answer from your mortgage broker, and a good broker will know whether you, the client, will get financing and whether the home, or let's say the townhouse, will get financing. It's actually very easy to do. I always just share the strata documents with the mortgage broker. They can take a quick peek. They'll know whether there's any flags with the complex. So once you've done that, the broker will come back and they'll say, look, your file's going to, 99% of the time it's going to go through. So we already have an answer on the financing. Inspection is similar. What we would do is if the sellers are looking at offers on a Wednesday, we would do the inspection on a Monday or a Tuesday beforehand. That way we know if there's any issues with the townhouse. Strata documents, we can read those on a Saturday night and talk about them on a Sunday morning. So very easy, very simple. I mean, I guess it's simple because I've done it so often. It may not be if you're a buyer and you're doing this for the first time yourself. But what you do is you find a really good real estate agent, someone like myself, and I'll guide you through it. It's pretty straightforward. And here's the real kicker to this. Doing your work up front shows the seller that you are sincere, you're genuine, and you've got your ducks in a row. You mean business, especially when that bank draft is attached to a subject-free offer. Seller knows you're not kidding around. Reason is they know you're not going to walk away from your bank draft. See, if for whatever reason you decided not to complete on the purchase, you would lose, you'd forfeit your deposit money. That's your bank draft. And of course, you don't want that. I've never had that happen to my clients in my career. So obviously the sellers know that you're pretty serious when you're making that kind of an offer. Now, what I want to stress to you is once you make that subject-free offer, you're in a very strong position. You know, I've had sellers that have literally told me, okay, divide the offers into two piles. The ones with conditions, I don't even want to look at them. And the unconditional subject-free offer, let's get started on those. So a lot of savvy sellers out there, they really know the difference. So as an example, in this case, I was representing a buyer and we were making an offer on a townhouse in Langley. And when we made the offer, actually there was just a few offers in the mix. One of them was unconditional. We had conditions. And it turned out at the end of the day, it wasn't just done. It went to the following day, and we found out that the seller, of course, had taken the other offer. And when we heard of the price, we were quite surprised. The seller had accepted a subject-free offer that was $30,000 less than what my client was offering. And so I really wanted you to know that. In that instance, a subject-free offer would have bought you $30,000 in savings. I mean, that's incredible, right? And it just takes a little bit of prep work. It takes a little bit of courage, and then you can save a lot of money. Now, my client's fairly new to it, so he's still kind of, learning the ropes. So that's all right. However, once you do get a hang of it, this is a real big advantage to you. In this instance, the seller was I was told was a single mother. She wanted to get moved. She wanted to get moved right away. She was living obviously just her and her child. And for her, security was really, really important. They wanted to be moved into their next home sort of by the beginning of summer, and they just wanted to get started on the purchase of that next home for them as soon as possible. So security was just of utmost importance to that woman. And hey, you have to respect that. You work with the situation. Had it been another seller, they may have preferred the money. They may have wanted to wait the 3 extra business days to see whether or not my client would have gotten financing and could have closed on the purchase and would have bought the home. And in this case, she didn't want to do that. It's just so you're aware. I have seen that in other instances. I know in my building downtown in Vancouver, same thing. I saw a 1-bedroom sell earlier this year. And I don't recall the price. I think it was something like $610,000. And in that instance, when I did a little bit of digging, I put on my journalistic hat to ask some questions of the seller's team. I learned that the seller had turned down a higher offer for $660,000 approximately. So that's a $50,000 gap on a 1-bedroom condo. That is massive. And so again, just having your ducks in a row, looping in your mortgage broker, getting a green light on your mortgage, meaning he tells you that it's your file is 99% likely to go through, doing your inspection if you want one, reading the strata documents early, Saturday, Sunday night, talking about them with your agent. Let's say on a Sunday evening, which is what I do with my clients, that can sometimes save you $20,000, $30,000, $50,000. And maybe it takes 5 to 6 hours of your time. Hey, it's worth it to me. It should be to you. If you've got questions on how subject-free offers work, get in touch with us. You've got our contact below. Happy to help. And if you have other comments or questions, you leave them below. Thumbs up is always appreciated. And we'll see you next time.